Good morning, 5th and 6th graders. So today we are going to continue doing some practice on finding evidence in a passage to answer the question. So today we are doing Friendship Battle is the title of the story. So let me get this. Okay, so I'm going to read the story and then we'll do it together. Max and Nicholas had been friends for as long as they could remember. Max always played by the rules and never hurt anyone's feelings. Nicholas was the total opposite. One day during lunch, they were making plans for after school. Max wanted to help a friend with a project, but Nicholas wanted to go home and watch YouTube videos. Max was getting so tired of everything always being Nicholas's way. He always did what Nicholas ordered him to do. Watching YouTube videos for hours was seriously getting old. Day in and day out, they did exactly what Nicholas demanded. To be honest, Max had always been afraid of how Nicholas would treat him if he objected. But today, Max knew that his friend Cindy needed his help with a science project. She had missed schools for several days and had no clue what to do. He felt bad that she would be sitting alone, struggling to work on a project when he would be wasting his time with Nicholas. It was time for him to stand his ground. It was time for him to finally say what he was thinking. Their argument ended with both boys leaving the cafeteria angry and saying a few really awful things to one another. Later that night, Max felt bad. He was afraid that helping Cindy had gotten in the way of his friendship with Nicholas. Even though Max felt bad, he also felt relieved. He no longer had to spend his afternoons in front of Nicholas' laptop watching video after video, pretending to have a good time. Nicholas was also upset. Max was the only real friend that he had. Max was actually more like family. When his mom was working late evening shifts, Max was all he had. He knew that he needed to treat Max better, but Max tried to be perfect all the time. It was so hard to be happy and confident when your best friend is the greatest kid in the school. It was easier to control everything than let Max help others and be perfect. In the end, Max apologized to Nicholas. Nicholas was eager to accept the apology and silently attempt to change his ways to become a better, less controlling friend. Okay, so the question then, how would you describe Nicholas? Okay. So either would you describe Nicholas as a bully or as being jealous? Okay, so these are two both very good ways to describe Nicholas. There's reasons to back up both straight from the story. So this first piece of evidence here, he always did what Nicholas ordered him to do. So talking about Max, Max always did what Nicholas ordered him to do, is right here. He always did what Nicholas ordered him to do. I'm gonna make that a different color. Okay, so that is straight from the story. That's not just something that this person came up with, it came straight from the story. Okay, Max had always been afraid of how Nicholas would treat him if he objected. Right here. Max had always been afraid of how Nicholas would treat him if he objected. Okay, again, straight from the story. It was easier to control everything than let Max help others and be perfect. Okay, Max tried to be perfect all the time. It was so hard to be. Oh, wait. Excuse me. It was easier to control everything than let Max help others and be perfect. There. And then the last one, it's hard to be happy and confident. It's hard to be happy and confident when your best friend is the greatest kid in the school. Right here. So these 4 sentences came straight from the story, and 2 each kind of answer the question in a specific way. So describing Nicholas as a bully. Okay. So again, this is talking about Max right here. Max always did what Nicholas ordered him to do. So Nicholas ordering him to do something, that's being a bully. Whether he means to or not, or that's just how he does things, that's a bully kind of behavior. Okay? Here, it's hard to be happy and confident when your best friend is the greatest kid in the school. Right here, it's hard to be happy and confident when your best friend is the greatest kid in the school. That has something to do with jealousy. Okay? Max had always been afraid of how Nicholas would treat him if he objected. So afraid, that's straight goes with the bully, being afraid. Okay? And so then it was easier to control everything than let Max help others and be perfect. So saying that Max is perfect kind of shows that he's a little bit jealous there. Okay? So those are the 4 pieces of evidence that answer each of the 2 questions. Again, so if I asked you this question, either of these 2 answers would be totally correct as long as you have evidence from the story to back them up. So tomorrow you will be doing the new fairy, the same kind of thing. You will read the story and then look at the questions on the back page, and then find the pieces of evidence that go with the new fairy and sort them. And then if you want to do like I did and go back into the story and highlight the evidence just to kind of help you know that it came straight from the story, you may do that as well. Okay, have a great day.